Evening team, hello, welcome to our what's become quite a regular Tuesday night catch up with someone who's quite amazing, believe it or not. We've had some great, inspirational, outstanding achievers on our live programs with us over the last month or two, Ian Watson. And tonight, Leanne and Ian and Ann Webster, hello girl. We're going to meet a dude who I've known for probably 12 or a bit longer. Michael Reese, how are you, bro? Mick Nash. Stop it, man. You have not missed a thing yet. Paul Bell, how are you, brother? All the way down there from Mexico, down in Victoria. So, and Brett and Julie Meinberg came today to a session. Thanks, girl. Great to see you. Thanks for coming on. Kia Guinea, happy birthday today, Kia. This is your favouriteest uncle speaking. Jason McMillan, thanks, champion. Vici. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Now, before I bring Michael on, let me tell you a little bit about, I guess, why I wanted to bring Michael on tonight and what this sort of process, this whole looking after your body stuff really means. And for me personally, so my journey has been sort of long and varied, and Joe Guinea, you'll relate to this story. You're back in the day, I remember jumping on the scales one time, Faith Hutchison and Mick Ellerton and Alison Randall. We got a big crowd tonight. For all the girls on here, seriously team, for all the girls on here tonight, hang around, do not miss a thing. You're going to see a bloke that looks like Mr. Universe. Hamish Bowden, this will relate to you, my man. Hamish, for everyone, is looking for the Fireys calendar. When you buy a Fireman calendar this year, you'll see Hamish, Craig Blake and Andrew Moody. How are you, brother? Neil Demereau. So, I remember it was probably 10 years ago now, a bit over, and I remember jumping on the scales one day, and they said 99.9 kilos. And I thought, well, you know what? I've never ever been a hunch. I don't want to be a hunch. There's got to be a way, and there's no way in the world I'm ever going to touch 100 kilos. Surely at 99.9 I was so close. And so therein, that sort of day started a 10-year journey, I guess, which culminated on the weekend with my 10th Mooloolaba Triathlon. Now, it started with bodybuilding. The first, we didn't really know what else to do. We just knew there was this thing called a gymnasium. So Joey's on tonight, Joey and I went and got our body fat check because we were both sort of a bit overweight at the time. And, you know, Debbie Bremer, who's our favourite PT, did our body fat. And, you know, Susan Jamison, how are you, girl? She pulled out these massive calipers, you know, like for body fat, and these things weren't big enough. It was like, you know, imagine scissors. You couldn't stretch these things far enough to get these big lumps of body fat in between them, real gardener. And she told us we were both, you know, high 20s body fat, and, you know, we needed to do something about it, and we were 1,000 kilos overweight, and we had to turn up tomorrow. So this was on a Friday, and she said to me and Joey, you got to turn up tomorrow for a pump class, Steph Ellison. And we said, well, what's a pump class? She said, turn up and we'll show you a body attack or something. It sounded a little bit harsh, but of course Joey and I, you know, being big strong males, said, well, you know, that can't be that hard. So we turned up to this thing, and of course the lady up the front, Debbie wasn't running it, but the lady up the front said, now for all the guys in here, especially the new guys, don't load your bars up too much, because what body attack is it's like aerobics but with bars and with weights. And so Joey and I were looking at each other, giving each other a nudge, saying, you know, look at all these wusses here. They've all got these low weights on these bars, and we hadn't done. Evening, Steph Allison, how are you, girl? And Steph's another amazing girl that we've had on if you've been following these lives over the last month or two. So anyway, we're doing this body attack pump thing show, and Joey and I are whipping these weights up and down, and, you know, we got sort of progressively tighter and tighter. You've got to remember, we hadn't done anything for about 5 years at the time, and I was not far back from a knee reconstruction, so I was pretty average, and like I say, topping 100 kilo and 1,000% body fat. And so I reckon it was about Thursday of the next week before we could actually walk again, Joey and I. And yeah, it was a long week, that first week of our intense gym program of a 16-week program. Deb said, you've got 16 weeks because there's a bodybuilding comp coming up in 16 weeks, a bodybuilding competition. We said, well, why would we want to know about that? She said, because you're going to do it, you and Joey, you're going to do this bodybuilding comp, and we're going to strip you down to like 2 or 3% body fat. I shit you not, seriously. She said, we're going to be down, and we never quite got that. We got to about 5 or 6%. And we got on stage and got painted brown and got in our undies and did the whole show and all that sort of jazz, and it was all quite good fun and a hell of an experience, Mick Bruton, and learn a lot through the journey, and learn that this thing called this body that we've got is really a temple, and you've sort of got to look after it. And I've never been anywhere near that weight since. Over the last couple of years, and so for 10 years, I reckon I lived closer to 80 kilos than 100. So that was pretty cool to be able to do that. And then over the last probably 2 years, I've really lost my mojo in relation to getting my weight under control. Oh, where are the photos? Sue, I need to show you some photos. Actually, great work. I'll see if one's on my vision board, because that's what I'm going to get back to this year. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There's a photo of back in the day. Thanks for asking. There you go. There you go, Suzanne. There's a photo from back in the day. So I want to get back to that low percentage body fat this year, and I do that now through triathlon, not through bodybuilding, which is good. And so for 10 years since then, I've actually found triathlon, and bodybuilding was good fun, and we did a couple of competitions. Found it pretty hard because you've got to sort of go no carbs and you strip, and then before a competition you drink 10 litres of water for a day for a week so that you dehydrate on the competition day, and it's a tough process. And when you go no carbs, it's an interesting process, team, because I find when you have no carbohydrates, there's a lot of your body systems and functions start slowing down, and the first thing that you lose is your mental capacity. So I was never really clear in the head, and then you lose your sex drive, believe it or not. There's a personal story for you. So that was really, really bad. So therefore that had to be fixed up, and yeah, I really lost a lot of energy in that process. But I don't know if you could see that picture and how well you could see it, that we stripped right down, and we did. And so then after the first comp, we got fat again because we never really learnt anything. And so we stripped it down again. So we did another 14-week program, and we went through the whole journey again until we realised, Joey and I, that there was another way to do it, and it was with cardio instead of weightlifting. And that's just what works for us, for my lifestyle. I'm going to bring on a bloke very soon tonight. And the reason I want to bring him on is because for the last couple of years I've sort of lost my mojo a little bit. And Michael Reese, if you're on at the moment, my man, could you please send me a request now to come on, if you could? You need to request now, I think, brother. So can you send me a request so that I can see that, and then I'll approve that. Now, where was I? So it was cardio for us, team. So I found this amazing sport called triathlon, and 10 years ago, like I say, I did my first one, and all of a sudden 10 years later, here we are still doing this crazy sport. Thanks, Michael. And I'll bring you, just give me 30 seconds, my man, then you're coming on. Thanks for that request. And so we found this sport, and it's been so good to me, I guess, so good for my life. It's brought me in touch with some of the people on here, like Mark Veach, and we've shared some great moments together doing this sport. And it's been 10 years, and I've lived closer to 80 kilos for most of that than I have to 100. Though for the last 2 years, I've really struggled to pull everything into balance, with work going out of control and kids moving out of home, which you wouldn't think would be very much, which was quite an emotional process for Jules and I, which we haven't shared with too many people. We've had some business changes over the last couple of years, so a whole lot of stuff has sort of been up and down for Jules and I, and I've really struggled to get back to my mojo that I had for probably 7 or 8 years, and that led. I was lucky enough to race for Australia. I was lucky enough to, represent our country overseas in triathlon in this great sport. So I'm going to bring a bloke on now who is he's got his body sorted. And I just want to share this story with everyone, because not only has he got his body sorted, he's got his mind sorted, he's got his family sorted, he's got this beautiful family, he's got his work sorted, he's self-employed. He's like, and girls, don't thank me now when you see this bloke, he seems to have everything nailed. So let's bring him on and find out what his secret is. And we'll bring him on now, and if you've Facebook photos, he's one mean looking machine, but very quietly spoken, fantastic individual, and you'll love this guy. So introducing future Mr. Universe or something. He'll be famous doing this bodybuilding stuff one day, I'm sure. Michael Reese, how are you?
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, brother.
Talk me through
What's
it.
going on, mate?
Not much. What's going on with you? Oh, no, nice.
Yeah, I'm just pumped to be here with Anton. And isn't he just an amazing man? Put your hands up for Anton. He is doing amazing things, mate. And he gets me pumped. Get pumped! And we're all living the dream, man. We're passionate in what we do, and Anton he's a champion, and he gets me passionate in what I do. Wake up every morning to listen to his wonderful words of wisdom. It's unbelievable. And, thank you, Anton, and bless you with helping all those kids. That's amazing. Yeah, bringing that into the schools. That is amazing.
Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah, guys, I just want to share my journey with you. I've been through this long journey, and I've trying to build up this recipe that I've cooked up, and I've been trying to cook it up for you guys, and I want to really share it with you guys and let you guys understand what I've been through. So I'm going to share a little journey that I've been through, and it was quite a tough journey with having. So I got 3 young kids. I got my wife, my beautiful wife, as you can see on the photo, Emily. She's amazing. She supports me through all this, and I can't have a better wife than Emily, so I'm blessed there. So, and I've got my 3 young kids, which are 2. My youngest son is Harlow. He's 2 years old, and my next son is Malachi. He's 3, and then there's Zion that just started school this year, so he's 6 years old. And I've been battling the family life, business life, and trying to control my time and time with the kids, and having focus on my body and getting my health back. And it's a really hard process for a lot of dads and mums out there that are going through this hard time. And I just want to let you know that it is possible. Anyone can do this, like I've built this body, and I probably took it to the next level, and it's been many years of developing this. So, guys, you can't just get straight results straight away within 6 months. It's a journey. So my journey, I was a tradie, living my life as a tradie for about 4 years. I lost myself for about 4 or 5 years, doing the macarons in the morning with the coffee and muffin, and then lunchtime I'll be on the road, so I've got to quickly grab something. So I'll grab a pie, and so the pies, hot chips, that was my my nutrition for the day. Come home, got 3 kids, my wife's nagging at me, you got to do this, you got to do that, and I didn't have the energy. There was no energy in me, and and with the nutrition, you're going to get that energy back, the energy level, and the exercise, and you get your mindset right. And the mindset is the biggest thing through my journey of life in this fitness journey of mine. And I went through that, and struggling to get my diet right, and getting my family life right. And then I just clicked one day, and I said, "Hey, I need to get pumped." Like Anton would say, "Pumped!" I just woke up. It's just like Anton was saying before, and I loved it. Getting your mojo back, and I lost my
Mm,
mojo.
mm,
And I just clicked one day, and my health was going down. I had to go to doctors because I had gut problems. I had a little scare in my life, and I had to make a change in my life. And so I had to go on this diet plan. I was trying to rebuild my life back again, and it was difficult. But I got this recipe that I want to share to you guys.
mm,
And the first thing I want to share with you guys is getting your mindset right. It's really important to get your mindset right and really understand where you want to go and have a goal, and believe and have this passion within you just to grow,
mm,
and get inspired from other people, get coaches,
mm,
like Anton, and people in your communities. Be around people, surround yourself with love and abundance of blessings, and people that they're going to grow the same way you want to do it. So
mm,
just be around people like that all the time, and that will help
mm,
you and build that
mm,
passion, and the passion to get your mindset right. And
mm.
it's been my biggest thing, and I went in and out doing this fitness career and never quite getting the passion involved in my life and that mindset. You got to get that mindset right, or else you will fail.
So, so
What's that,
Michael,
Tom?
mate, so when you say the mindset, right, like for what you've built there, right? So you sort of said 3 or 4 things, and you said you got to get a goal. You've got, oh, stop it, my man. I'm jealous. I have a bromance, brother. I have a bromance.
No, right.
And oh, by the way, you're the first day. Troy Elliott, Humphrey. Just a shout out to a few people: Jackie, Mark, Jeremy Hawkes. He helps me with my business. He's one of my mentors. Your lovely wife's watching from another room. So is Matt Jenkin, one of my cycling coach, basically. Mate, you said having a goal right for your body, but then you also said mindset and then getting around other people. So there's probably 3 things there. What, like you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Oh,
So,
thank you. Not quite, but thank you.
so how the hell do you like? But what's the goal that you've set? Like, what do you do? How do you go from being overweight and having a stomach problem to like looking like you do now? You said you set a. What was the goal? What
Okay.
was?
So everyone's got different jobs. If you're a tradie and you pick up wood all day, and you've got a quite laborious job,
Yep.
so you need to, you're doing a lot of exercise there, so you need to fuel your body. But if you're a person that sits on the computer and you're not doing much during the day, you've got to try and eat less, not as much, you know. So that's another area, but I'll
Yeah.
lead into that later. But
Yeah.
getting, and then knowing your why.
Oh,
Why do you really want to do this? And my big why was it scared me my health. Do I want to go down this track and my kids see me like this, overweight, not having the energy and not giving the 100% dad to them, and just giving that 100%. I got my mojo back, and yeah, and having that consistency and being persistent is the key too. So
right.
there's a little recipe that I've sort of, a lot of people ask me, how did I do it? Was it hard? Did you have to spend a lot of money?
Oh,
And do you need lots of money to do this? To be honest, I just ate. I didn't take supplements. I just ate. When I was hungry, I just ate, and just go train hard. When it's time to train, just pack your bag. And I never went to the gym because I didn't have time to go to the gym. So I brought the gym to my house, because my wife would say to me, "You're not going to the gym. You've got to spend more time with the kids, and you've got to be at home
wow.
helping." So I had to think out of the box and go, "How am I going to do this?" So I brought the
Holy
gym
shit.
to my house. So I bought a little gym set, and I put on my shoes and just ran out the door. Just making
Wow.
that time, half an hour every day.
Wow.
Just making that time, every day, half an hour.
So what I'm hearing, mate, is that the goal really is to be consistent with your approach, like to be
Yeah,
persistently consistent, right? Not
yeah.
miss a day, basically.
No, you can miss a day. You know,
Yeah.
don't be overdo yourself and you're stressed. You know, we don't want to be stressed. You know, we want to enjoy this process,
Yeah.
and we don't want to get into it and overtrain. So we want to be able to be fueled, ready to go the next day, so we can
Right.
consistently do it and enjoy this passion. But if you go in the gym or you go for a run and you run 100K, the next day you can't do it.
That's
So if you're just starting out, just take it easy, little steps each time, because that's going to build your body. Just little
Right.
steps, even if it was a little walk down the road
Oh,
just for a start. And
okay.
and then the next day go for a further walk, and then you go further again and again, and so you're refueling, you're
Yep.
fueling your body so you can do it the next day and get the
Yep.
rest, sleep and stay. Yes, yeah, just sleep.
Right.
Sleep is the key. Yeah.
Sleep's the key.
um,
Yeah.
yeah,
All right.
sleeping is the key.
Gotcha.
Making sure
So
you. What's the
we got
question?
some more people. Just a quick shout out to some other people. Scott Farvey, I went to school with Scott 100 years ago, and Ash Glass is on. He's one of his Gladstone's gun triathletes. He's as fit as a mofo, skinny little fella, and can run. And he's one of the guys that should be saw today because he did a triathlon on the weekend and did a real good job. Went real fast. And Shelley's on, Dennis is on, and Emily Hoy, she works in our office, and Tegan, and Danielle. Mate, just for all the girls that are on, just show us them guns again, if you could, please, very quickly. Mate, that's insane, brother, insane. So, listen, I've got to ask you, when you said you just ate a lot, it must have been good food. Like, you couldn't eat crap, right? You must have
Yeah,
been.
I was going to get into that. I got a bit over the top there, but
That's enough.
yeah. So I went into the mindset. So you got to get your mindset right, and then the nutrition. So there's
Right,
three things that my recipe is: mindset, nutrition, and exercise.
right.
That's just those
That's the
three
package.
things, and you put it together, and yeah, that's just the recipe I've cooked up, and that's it, man. That's keep
Right,
it simple. Don't
right.
overdo these exercises. Don't do all these big, amazing exercises like doing big deadlifts and heavy weights. You don't need to do heavy weights. You just
Really?
need to do enough. Um, if everyone's got a goal. If your goal is to lose weight, and if you've got a goal that you want to put on muscle, or you want to look like Mr. Olympia, that's different again. But I'm teaching people to have a sustainable
Right,
life, and
right.
have the body you want, and be happy and be sustainable all year round. So you can have
Yes.
a six pack all year round,
Oh,
eat
oh,
what you want.
oh.
I've got that's it. Eat what
Loving
you
you.
want, but this takes time. It's a process, and you got to get into good habits. The
Yeah,
habits are the key to this. Yeah.
yeah,
So I built these. I introduce good habits every week into my nutrition, into my
yeah,
mindset. In my mindset,
yeah.
I try to focus on the vision where I wanted to be, the outcome, and I had these people I looked up to that I wanted to be like.
And
So
who were
I
they?
just keep
Who
focused.
were they,
Yeah.
man? Who? Who did you look up to?
Well, I've got a guy that's mentored me, and his name's Glenn Jarvis, and he's mentored me, and he does the lean method system that he'll be launching very soon, and he's full of knowledge, and I get abundance of knowledge from him. If you want to know anything about nutrition, he's the guru. Glenn Jarvis. Yeah, if you look him up, he'll be launching his
There you go.
website soon and all that. Yeah. So
Hey,
he's mentored me, and he was a bodybuilder, and there's a few other guys I look up to too. Arnie,
oh,
he's a legend. He's a
uh,
champ, yeah. So
hey, Michael, we've got a few comments. I'll just bring a few blokes,
yeah,
just comments. Jamie Brown, holy dooly. Hello there, gentlemen. So I think he's impressed by your guns too. Now, Troy Elliott's about my age, so he's mid-40s, and I think he's crying at the moment because he said your guns are making me depressed. So he's a bit like get your body pumped as well as your mind, my man. And a shout out to Reece Stafford. On with Reece tomorrow morning doing some work. JB Brown, Scott Farvey, and Shelley Holzheimer. Thanks for joining, Shelley. Shelley's doing something crazy at the moment too. She was doing 40 and 40 at one stage. Troy Elliott saying ha 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 ha. Mate, so we've talked about your mindset, what that takes each day. We've talked about your diet. Eat plenty, but eat well.
Yeah, so in your diet, you know, if you're starting off and you're only having 2 meals a day, introduce, you know, maybe three meals. Get that breakfast meal in.